Welcome all for the mobile app development lab, and today we are continuing with the fifth program where we are going to create an activity which has two buttons, start and stop. Okay, here we are going to create an application with which is a counter application. When you given with the help of two buttons, when you give a start button, it has to start counting, and when you give the stop button, it has to stop the counting and it has to display the value. So we are using two buttons over here, a start button and a stop button, and when a start button has been triggered, the counter has to keep on counting, and when the stop button is pressed, it has to display what is the counter value. The counter value will be starting from either 0 or 1. Let it be from 1, and when I give the stop button, it has to display what is the counter value. This is what the application we are going to develop. We'll see what are the steps for that. Okay, open the Android Studio. Under it, go with a new project, new Android project. Choose the empty activity in it, and this is the first step. The second step, open your activity main XML file. Again, from that, go with the layout folder. Check and add constraint layout as the root view. When you set this, you will be able to design your own application. Followed with that, create the layout using a drag and drop framework. And what is the requirement? As per your requirement, you can use the drag and drop framework to create your own. So what we are using here, we are going to use start and stop button, and where the button has to be placed, and what is the width between all this button, you can give using this drag and drop framework. The fourth one, when you give a click event, when you click on either a start or a stop, it has to be triggered. For that, you give a fourth step is you are going to use the add listener to a button, so that when you click on an event, it has to trigger the action. Here, when I click the button start, it has to start the counter, and when I click the button stop, it has to stop the counter. So for this, I initiate the add listener to the button click event, so that what button has been pressed, it will be working with the corresponding functionality of a particular button. Finally, we have the next step is we have a thread where you use a counter. What is the how do you use the counter here? You use a logic here. What is the time? How you correlate your time on the counter, and we specify the logic over this using by creating a thread over here. Okay, when you create, how do you create a thread here? By extending your thread class. So when you have already created a thread class, now you can create an extra class extend which can work with the thread. Then you will be running the threads so that you can implement a thread for the timer. The next step followed by that is what is the message it is going to receive. Okay, when the thread receives the message, what action it has to be performed. Okay, when it is start button, what it has to be performed. When it is stop button, what has to be performed. You are giving that to the using an handler class. Then next, what are the steps to create an handler? For each and every action, we are going to create a button, create an object, and with that object, what is the functionality of that object that has to be done will be specified over there. And the next step, we are going to pass the counter value. Okay, once the stop button has been given, the counter value what has been read has to be displayed. Okay, and this will be displayed to the handler. Okay, only the handler is going to display the output. Okay, then each and every time, then the last step is you will be updating the user interface to the from the thread. This data will be given through the thread, and the thread will be giving the number of counters it has been undergone, and that has to be received in the handler, and the handler should, when the stop button has been pressed, it should display that it received the input from the counter value from the thread what it has received, and it has to display the output. These are all the 10 steps we follow to create this app. As usual, when you go with the coding part, we'll discuss that, and this is what the layout of our app should be. Okay, what is the layout? We have an counter application, so counter value. Under counter value, we have two buttons, start and stop. Okay, so the counter value, when I click start, the counter has to be incremented. It starts with 1 and it keeps on incrementing for each and every second under a specific time duration. So when I click stop, it has to stop. It has to stop and it has to display what is there in the counter. What is the data it has in the counter. This will be done using the concept of thread. But the thread will be giving you the output. So that thread, it will determine what is the counter value it has encountered. Will we give the stop button. This is what the design of our application should be. We should have a counter value and we have a start and the stop. Initially the counter value will be either 0 or 1, and the stop when we give stop, click the stop button, it has to display the timer what it has under the counter value, what either it, how many long runs it has taken, it has to display. This is the general layout we have for the this is what the design of our application. Finally, when we run our code, we should get the application. Okay, as usual, we'll start with the main activity file. So, and here your execution of your code application will be happening here, and here with the default code, you have a default code over there. You will be adjusting your app, you're adjusting your width and height and what are the contacts you have. Everything will be doing based on our application. Here we have two buttons, right? One, a start button and the stop button and the counter value. So you design the framework for that under the activity main XML. So under text view, we have two buttons. One is start button and the other one is stop button. So for that, we give as a text view what is the width of the button, what is the height of the button, what is the size of the text, what is the orientation, color of the text, what is the orientation of the text. Everything we describe in the text view. And we have two buttons over here, start button and the stop button. For the start button, what is the specification we have, what is the width of the start button, what is the height of the start button, what is the margins we have towards the button, what is the left margin we have, what is the right margin we have. Everything will be defined under the button. Both the buttons, first button will be start button and the second button will be the stop button. So it is defined over here under the buttons. Okay, next we go with the main activity file, and which we say it is manifest file, which is going to act as an interface between the Android OS and our application. Okay, only when you give this, it will be considered by the OS. Otherwise, the components what you are going to use here will not be considered by the Android OS. So here we import the packages needed to run our application, and we create a class and we create a main activity, and we use an on-click event listener since we are going to use the start and stop button here. And what is this? We have defined the button over here, and initially our counter starts from 0. Okay, here we have int counter is equal to 0. So when we give the start button, our counter will be started from 0, and you will be running this. We are giving a boolean expression here. You will be running this until you encounter a false. What is false here? When you click the button. When you click the button, it becomes true. So until it is under the condition of false, timer keeps on running. So when the true is initiated, when you click a button, 1 will be true is initiated, that 1 is the input signal given there. So it stops over there and it displays the timer. Okay, so you give this override function on click view. What it is going to do, you start the counter here, and you will be running your application until you click the button stop. This is what your application is. You are creating a start and stop using a start and stop button to run your application. So when you run this, you will be getting the output. So this is a sample output what you get. So counter application, the start and stop, here it has been started by 0 and the stop, the value in the counter is 5. So it was running 5. The runs what it has done is 5 runs it has taken. So the start it was 0. So it has, and when the stop button was triggered out, the value what we have in the counter is 5. This is all about the start and usage of start and stop button using an Android app. Thank you all.